There's nothing I like more than people. You know, I'm the fifth born of 6 children, so I just love people. I mean, growing up with pranks and stuff, and we didn't have much, but what we had is each other.
We're all from the same species. We're all Homo sapiens. I mean, 99.9% the same. So we're practically identical. So what I did was I called anyone, because I figured anyone I call would be best to sit next to you. So you look to your right, that right there, that's my cousin. They go on the left, that's a close friend of mine.
With technology and how the world is going, the interpersonal reaction is something that we're missing. So what I want to do is I want to give people another way to see things. I want to help people change their vantage points, so that way, we can build relationships that would improve the quality of life for everyone, and we'll be more healthy. Science already proved that, when you have relationships with people, it's better.
Do you remember when there was a time where, you would walk home from work, catch a bus, drive your car, listen to the radio, and you won't see the people you work with until the next day. Or Monday if it was a weekend. But now we have our phones, we have our tweets, we have our hashtags, we have our text messages, we have our laptops, computers. And while it's good for us to connect that way, it sort of takes out one of the most important things we need, and that's interpersonal relationships. We don't have relationships with each other like we used to.
So when you think about relationships, most people think about, the erotic relationships and love, but the relationships that you build when you're in the military and when you're in a family, those are the same things that you need to build in your workplace. And that's where people go wrong. They go to work, they do their job, and they leave. But when you establish a relationship with the people that you work with, you can get a whole lot further faster. And so what I want to do is I just want to help people bridge that gap and build relationships with each other that can give them a much more efficient and effective workplace.
Walt Disney used to say, if you ever want to succeed in life, you have to stop talking and start doing. And I believe that one of the reasons why most people don't stop talking and start doing is because they have fear. And there was an acronym that people used to use for the word fear many years ago, and it was like false evidence appearing real. And when you just break that down, there's like so many negatives in that I said to myself, I don't want that in my life. First of all, it was false, it means it's not real. It doesn't exist. It says evidence. Now, how can you have some evidence when it's false? It seems like an oxymoron, doesn't it? The main thing that messed me up was one of the simplest words there. It says appear. Appear in itself implies that it doesn't exist. So you have something that's false. So we know it's not real. To begin with, to come to know, we know it's not real. Evidence. When you think about something evidence is supposed to prove something that's a fact, that's true. But we know that this evidence that we're talking about is something that's false. But then we say appearance. That lets us know that, again, the implication in itself, just by the use of the word, means it's not true. Then it says real. So we're going to look at something that we know is not true, bring evidence to prove to ourselves that it's not true. Then we're going to say, hey, I know it's not true because it doesn't even appear true. And then we're going to say real on the end. Now, how can that be? How can something false have evidence that we know is not real, and we allow it to stop us from achieving our goals?
I want to give you something that I have, and that's vantage point. Everybody goes through life, but how you look at it, your vantage point is what's going to carry you over.